and one with Tricia Logan. I apologize for the tardiness. As you know, we usually start at 2, but due to unpredictable circumstances, we were unable to start at 2 o'clock. But thank God everything worked out, and here we are. So you guys can't say we're not true Belizeans, because you tell Belizean 2, we start 4. anyway, before I even start with the show today, which is a very important show, which all my shows are important, but this one has a little real touching of a home, or Belizeans people out here in America, that touch our hearts back home. That's what I wanted to say. My apology. And what I want to first start with is I want to give my condolences to the Queen of Soca, Miss Ernestine Carballo. Our condolences from the people out here in America to your family on the death of your brother. I mean, we truly sympathize with you. Our condolences. Now today, my show is called The Kisha Michaels and Markinton Sandlin Story. A lot of you would know or have heard of this story here in Los Angeles, where the story is about a Belizean young lady who is a Belizean American, and her friend, Mr. Sandlin, that was gunned down like animals, I have to say, last year by the Inglewood Police officers on February 21st, 2016. This incident happened at the corner of Manchester and Inglewood Avenue. Those of you who live in Los Angeles know where that area is. About 3 o'clock in the morning. Kisha Michaels was the passenger in the vehicle, or in the car, and her friend was the one driving. This story is so touching because Miss Michaels was shot 13 times. 13 times. There was 20 shots in this car. And Miss Michaels is the mother of 3 boys. Mr. Sandlin was the father of 3 daughters. So you have 7 kids without parent. And they were single parents, I'm assuming. But anyway, we finally got some good news that the 5 officers that was involved in the shooting were fired. And today, with me, I have the twin sister of Kisha Michaels, and I will be presenting her to you in a short while. I also wanted to mention that the mayor, James Butts, announced that, you know, these officers were fired. One spell you hear they were fired, one spell they were still employees of the city. Well, we finally got confirmation that they were fired, right? So they were fired. Of course, there's still some internal investigation going on, so there's not much that has been revealed regarding that section. Anyway, Kisha was just 31 years old when she was killed, or murdered, I would say. And Markinton was just 32 years old. So today, I'm going to present you to Tricia Michaels, who is the twin sister of Kisha Michaels. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're more than welcome. I mean, I wanted to show, this is the picture that you will see here. That was in the LA Times, and it was all over the news here in Los Angeles. And you could see Kisha right here, and Markinton. His name is so hard to pronounce. And anyway, those are the photos and of these wonderful people. So I need you to tell me a little bit. You guys are from Belize. Please give me a little history on.
Yeah, we was born in Belize, but my parents came out here when we was younger, and went to elementary, middle school, and high school. Mm-hmm. I graduated from Palisade. She graduated from Dorsey High School.
Out here in Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, back in Belmopan, your mom and father both from Belize?
Yes.
Okay, so at what age did you guys came out here?
We was about 5.
5 years old.
5 years old.
Yeah. Okay, and give me a little insight what your relationship was with your sister when you guys were growing up.
We slept together in the same bed. We dressed alike. We did everything together.
So you were very close.
Very close.
And is it true, like twins, they always say twins could feel the pain of the other twin?
Yes.
Or so is that true?
Yes, because that night, you know, when they gave us that phone call that morning, I was feeling some type of way, like sick.
Something was wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys, you are identical twins. Because
Yes.
when I look at your sister's picture and I look at you, it really, you could barely tell you guys apart.
Right.
My first real question to you, though, how are these children doing?
They're going through their ups and downs. You know, they're trying to cope with it, and I'm glad they're with us where we all, you know, I'm trying to lift each other up, and they're going through counseling.
Oh, they're going through counseling right now.
And inside school and outside of school, they come to the house and check on them. But right now we talk to Maxine Waters, and Maxine Waters is going to help us with black psychologists to help the kids more with extreme counseling.
And she's one of the members in Inglewood, Congresswoman in Inglewood, or in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So the kids, who are they actually staying with right now?
With my mom.
With
my
your
mom
mom
has full custody
of the children. Oh, okay. And I'm assuming also Mark
Quentin, his
children
baby mamas have with their mothers.
Correct.
Yeah.
So they're taken care of right
Right.
about now. So I want you. I know this is going to be very difficult, and it's difficult for me, and I am not the sister. So I could imagine how it is for you. But walk me through that day, February 21st, when your first time of getting up. How did that day start?
Coming home from work, I did a living, come back home the next morning, and was just calling my sister. Just was like, it was like 7 in the morning. She didn't answer. I called like around 10. She didn't answer. So I'm like, oh, let me just lay down. But I'm feeling sickly, like, you know, just couldn't get
Something
out.
is wrong.
Something's wrong. It's not like my sister. She answers her phone. She'll call me back. I started calling Mark Quentin's phone, and his phone is just ringing and ringing. And I'm like, wait a minute, this is not like him. He'd answer his phone if she don't answer her phone. So neither one of them has answered the phone. So I called her friend, the one that was watching the boys. I was like, have you heard from Kisha? She said, no. I said, you haven't heard from Kisha? Because Kisha wouldn't leave the baby. The baby was 3 at the time. And, with a babysitter for too long. She'd go pick him up the next morning. Like, she didn't. She said she hasn't spoke to her. So I'm like, man, this is crazy. My sister would answer me. She would call the babysitter, check on her kids. This is unusual. So this went on until like 4 in the evening, and they went to my mama's house, the sheriffs, and knocked on her door and said that they found her body in the car. And they really don't know what happened. They
didn't know what happened?
They didn't tell her that there was an officer involved
shooting or anything like that.
It's like they still investigating. It's like the news report that they put out there. If anyone's seen this or knew what happened, can you please call Inglewood Department? When they're the one that was involved in it. So why do you need the public to let you know what happened when you guys was the one?
The one involved.
So it was.
So about what? So about 4 o'clock in the afternoon?
Almost 5-ish in the evening. When your mom
found out, they contact your mother.
They went to her house. Yeah.
So the night before, they went out on a date.
Yeah, and then I met them at a baby shower. We went to the baby shower. They left, and then they went to a friend's birthday party.
So that was what their schedule was in the night. They went out to a party. First a baby shower, and then they went to a birthday party. So they were, out having a good time.
Yeah.
Okay. So then I'm assuming, based on the reports that we've read, they were drinking.
Yes, they was drinking.
And then we're gonna get back to that other part. So your mom found out. Where were you at the time?
I was at home.
At home. So your mom gave you a call, I'm assuming?
Yes.
And then
Well, she couldn't even talk. She had her roommate.
called you.
Staying, yeah, called.
Oh God, I couldn't imagine.
Yeah.
So close your eyes and tell me when you received that call. I just want to know what was going through your mind. What did you feel? I'm pretty sure you got numb.
No, I said, you're lying. This can't be true. I know. Are you serious? Are you serious? She like, Tricia, calm down. I'm like, no, this can't be true. And I threw the phone, and my husband had to go. And what's wrong? I'm like, she's saying that they found my sister's body in the car. And he's like, give me the phone. Like, where's the phone? I'm like, it's over there somewhere. He got the phone, and he got on the phone. And I was like, no, it can't be true. Tell me it's not true. And he on the phone like, wait, Tricia. I'm like, no, this can't be true. What is she talking about? What is she talking about? I just seen my sister. I just seen her last night. This can't be.
So
and it was just...
I could imagine. So finally you got the news. Your husband took over the phone.
And he held me, tried to hold me, and I was just breaking down. And all of a sudden, the girl that had the kids came with the kids to the house, and her friends, and everybody came to the house, and I'm just crying and hysterical and walking around the house. It was...
I could imagine. So after now you guys got the news, you found out your sister was killed. So did you go over your mom? Did you stay at the house? What happened?
We stayed here, we talked, and they, try to calm me down. And my husband got the girls together, and then he was like, let's go to your mama. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so we went there, and my mom was breaking down, and I'm breaking down, and my husband had to take charge and call and see, and went up there that same night to the Inglewood Police Station to get answers. And they told him he has to come back the next day to go speak to the detective because it was late that evening.
So the same day you guys went to the police station to try and get some answers. Yeah. Your husband did. And they would not tell him anything.
No.
Wow. So your husband came back. The family is going through this turmoil, I have to say. Tell me, continue telling me what you guys were going throughout that day.
Well, I stayed here. I stayed here with her, and took all the kids, the boys, and my girls. We over there. And the next day, we went to the scene, to where they got killed at, and put candles down, and did prayer and all that,
and there was a big crowd of people, or
a big crowd of people, everybody, her friends, and everybody that was at the park with the kids that day, and family members, and different organizations came out to greet us, and the press came that next day, and then that's when we gave our speech later that evening.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about your sister. Who is Kisha?
Kisha is fun, energetic, I love to go out, sweet, kind. She's always smiling, love to give hugs. She was a nurse, a loving mom.
And I heard she lived in Las Vegas. She was just out here visiting, am I right?
Well, she came back for a little while, but she was planning on moving back
to Los Angeles. Yeah. Okay. So she and then Mike Quinton, sorry.
He lived, I think, in a valley somewhere at the time. Yeah.
Could you tell me a little about him? They were dating?
Yeah, he was. Every time I met him, he was happy. He was smiling. He just seemed uplifted and a kind person. Had a job. He was a truck driver, and only came out here on the weekends. He wasn't really out here in LA like that.
Now, I know this is very hard, and man, it breaks my heart, believe me. And I can't imagine when you guys had to inform these kids that their parents were killed. Take me through that.
The sad part about it is when she came with the kids to the house, I was crying and crying and crying, and I'm like screaming, no, they didn't kill my sister. And the kids was there, sitting on the chair, and I didn't realize I had to shake off my stress.
You had to be strong for your niece. I mean, your nephews.
Yes.
So, how did? Well, the
I was
3-year-old could have. You didn't have to explain to him, but the
the two
other
older
kids,
boys, yes, I was like, oh, I'm sorry, baby. And I just started grabbing them and holding them and was crying with them, and they was crying. And
did they understand what?
They understood.
They understood what happened.
And
Okay.
they was crying. And, you know, it was an emotional roller coaster. So when we went to my mama's house, it was already easy for my mom to talk to them about it and explain about death and stuff, because you know my mom's a Jehovah's Witness, so she's more in detail with stuff like that.
What was going on?
Yeah.
So the basically, you guys told your nephews. How was the kids for her boyfriend?
I'm not really sure.
You weren't sure, so they weren't around
No.
you guys. Okay, so they found out in a different way. I'm assuming the police.
His
officers.
sisters was watching his
The kids.
kids
Oh,
at
okay.
the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So after hearing the 5 officers that was involved in the shooting was fired, how did you feel about that?
Long overdue. It's been a whole year and 5 months. It was so long overdue. We needed something, some type of justice, something for them to say.
I know, because you said finally, justice, finally.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's not the end of it, because we want them prosecuted, because now they're not
That's right.
officers, right? So I just, you know, it's just another stepping stone.
Okay. So are you guys, I know that you are always, especially you,
Right.
are always out there protesting in the
Yes.
front of the line, on the picket line, in the police station, in front of the mayor's office. I
Yes.
see you everywhere. I'm
Yes.
pretty sure they were like, oh my God,
Yeah, no.
this girl won't quit. But
Okay.
you're standing up and you made you kind of, I want to quote you on some words so that you said, the dead can't speak. I have to speak.
Right.
Basically for your sister.
Right.
And those are some touching words. I'm telling you, because that's right. You're right.
Right.
Because if you're not out there doing what you're doing, this may have been swept under the rug, right? But because you're pushing, and when you and I had a talk, you're like, I want my Belize people to know, not because you're illegal, not because you're here and you don't have your papers. If something happens, you gotta fight.
Right. Right.
That's what you said.
Right.
And you want to get this out there to your Belizean people,
Right.
and let them know what's going on.
Right.
So that's why we're here today. And you also wanted the support of your, please talk to them. Let them know what you feel. Let them know what you want.
Well, it's just the support of our people, holding down the people that's out here, because Black Lives Matters have been very much supportive, and the council, they reached out, you know, they've been supportive. It's just more pushing and not having the mayor and them thinking that we're gonna step down, that we need more
Correct.
justice, more things. Everybody to be aware how wrong this was, and it could happen to everybody. Fall unconscious, sleep in the car, and to wait, you know, just be dead, like not even know you're dead. It's ridiculous, and it's not really just about your immigration status. It's about, you know, the love of a human being.
Correct.
Yeah.
And we try to get this out there. As you know, our show, we're not all, it's mostly for Belizeans, because we try to get help out there for our Belize people.
Right.
And this touch Belizeans home and abroad, because you have family back home.
Yes.
You have brothers and sisters back home that this was affected. This
Right.
affected them as well.
Right.
So
And they out there, and they need that support as well. You know?
correct. So you tell it. What's your brother's
My
name?
brother Dylan Michael.
Delone Michaels, and I think he's from Orange Walk.
Marla and Michael.
And where's?
Katrin and Michael and Nikita Michael.
And they're all in Orange Walk, or where are they?
Orange Walk and I think Kaya.
Okay, so you guys, my condolences to you guys also, and you know, we're here for you. We're in LA, but we're still here for you, and the support you guys in Belize, please support. And we here in LA, we're here with you. We're here for you. I also, you made a quote unquote, questions remain unanswered. What kind of question, what is it that you're looking for? What kind of questions you need to be answered?
Where is this gun that they're saying that was there? What made them shoot? Who gave the order to shoot them? Why are these officers fired? We need a statement saying why they was fired, for what reason.
Let me clarify something to you guys. When she said, where's the gun that they claimed that her sister had, what happened? The officers, they claimed that when they approached the car, your sister had a gun on her lap, but she was unconscious. This is what she's saying. Where is that gun? Since you were accusing that my sister had a gun in her lap, where is the gun at? Suddenly the gun, there's no gun. The officers can't prove that there was a gun. But they claimed in an autopsy report that they approached the car, there was a gun on her lap, so they retrieved and then they fired. How would you shoot an unconscious person? Because your sister was unconscious,
Right.
and also the gentleman was unconscious. So go ahead.
So not only that, where's the cameras? You know, it's a camera in front of 7-Eleven. It's a tire shop. Where's these cameras at? The witnesses that came out and said that they shot for no reason. A veteran that came out.
So there was witnesses.
There's witnesses, and there was this veteran said that they used a rifle, assassination rifle, that's not supposed to be used on civilians in the streets. He said that I'm a veteran, that's supposed to be for war. And,
so they haven't released any of those autopsies, any of those
no
videos?
disclosure of what actually happened,
What
other
occurred.
than the news. And you know,
So, so the questions that you have for them, they have not answered, and you've been questioning, going to the police station. What did have the chief of police said to you?
the investigation was still going, and it's supposed to have been finalized last week, Friday, the investigation. Because we went and we had mediation with the city against Inglewood, our lawyers, is suing the city of Inglewood, and they're supposed to come with a disclosure of actually what happened. So the family would know, you know, my mom would know why her daughter is dead. When we went to go meet them for the mediation, they didn't even have that disclosure. So we had to reschedule another date.
So they keep giving you guys the pusher, the pusher arm, right? And so has the chief ever sat down with you guys, or the mayor, Mr. Butt?
Yeah.
Have they ever sat down with you and really state what was, if you know, these officers were wrong, or all they're saying is, oh, I'm sorry.
Well, we sat down with Mr. Butts, and he just keeps saying, at the time it was still under investigation. He can't say too much. That would be incriminating himself, or other than his condolences, and they're trying to do the best that they can, and
To find out what happened.
Yeah, which I think he already had known.
And because basically, I'm gonna get back to that, but basically he jumped the gun by saying that at some point there must have been some confrontation for the officers to shoot. Then now he came back and had to retract that because there was no proof of that. Right? In no way, this question that I'm going to ask you, in no way give the right to these officers what happened. But I'm pretty sure people want to know. In any way, did Kisha or her friend ever been involved or got arrested before, or have been in the system before? Have they been any run-ins with the law, anything?
Yeah, but And that's another thing. That's what they was quick to put out, you know, the past or
That's the first thing they attack.
yeah. And that doesn't. My sister never owned again. My sister never picked up again, been charged for again, and none of that. So.
So what is it that they said with your sister? What was the run-in with the law with your sister?
It was for minor stuff. You know, it was. I can't even break down that, but it was just nothing that has to do with what they're claiming. She would not lose her life, and she got 3 boys.
Correct.
You know.
And Mark Hinton, has he ever been in trouble with the law before?
Yeah, he has.
He has. Like I said, there's no way what happened that night, whatever the past is, the past is. People change. Yeah. We all have a past, and sometimes we always do things that we wish we hadn't done or taken back. So there's no excuse for that, the way they were killed. So, but as you said, the first thing that will be the police, they brought out was
the criminal history.
The criminal history of the person. Right. And there was a memo here where they said, according to autopsy reports, Kisha blood alcohol content was 0.185%, which was more than twice the legal limit for Los Angeles for driving. She was not driving. She was actually a passenger. And then Mark Hinton blood alcohol level was 13% of the legal driving limit, which they were unconscious in the vehicle. So, yes, he may have been breaking the law by having his alcohol blood level over the point. Again, that still doesn't give them the right to do what they did. I'm just putting out what they have out there and what they were trying to do, accuse them, or to say you're guilty or this is the reason why we shot you. There was none. Based on everything that's been out there. I mean, sometimes you have to wait till you get everything. But based on what we have now, there was no grounds for what happened. Right. And you know, in California, the legal limit in California is 0.08. But anyway, do you know who Ed Obayashi is? No? Okay, he's a sheriff deputy and a legal advisor for Inyo County, right? And I was reading his report, or his quote unquote wording based on the shooting of your sister, and he said he's actually an expert on use of force incidents, and he stated it is unheard of for a police department to not provide explanations about what the officers thought and what guided their decision in the shooting. Right. And this is a sheriff we're talking about. Yeah. So he also disagreed with what happened. Yeah. You know, so what do you think about his words?
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
I agree with that. It's even said in the autopsy, even they're puzzled of how much times they got shot. Yeah.
So when
they needed help, I know that they needed an ambulance. They was unconscious. Something was wrong with them. They needed
They needed help.
Somebody to, ambulance, something, not to get killed.
So instead of calling because it could have been that maybe the person had a stroke, maybe the person had a heart attack. It could have been something, but they chose to shoot at these unconscious people. And why I say unconscious, because the mayor himself has contradicted himself so many times by saying, one, they may have woken up. And the officers were trying to de-escalate the situation, right? How can you de-escalate after 45 minutes of trying to wake these people up? Am I right? So what do you think? Did they ever woke up and pointed a gun, or as they were claiming? What do you think happened at that moment when they were saying, we tried 45 minutes to wake these people up, they didn't wake up, but they must have woken up, that's why the police shot? What do you think about that?
I think they didn't try hard enough. I think that they didn't have the proper team out there. as we could see, these 5 officers was rookie, hasn't been on the
That's
force
right.
for 2 years or less, and she's been gone a year and a half. So they was brand new. What made them put these rookie cops on such a severe I can't even explain. Just 2 people unconscious. That should have been the easiest thing to find help for these people. Instead they see. I don't know what they were scared of. I don't think they woke up. I don't think none of that. The way it's shown in autopsy, the way they was shot, the way they was killed, they wasn't even aware.
That's right. They never woke up from that. As far as I know, your sister died at the scene. And Markinton, I'm sorry, I cannot remember this gentleman's name. I apologize. He died later at the hospital.
Well,
they stated.
Yeah.
Is that true?
I don't think so. I think he died at the scene as well.
As well?
There's videos where they showed he was trying to revive him. But it was too late because in his autopsy, as much as hers, it shows that the first shot was fatal.
Wow.
Right. So what was they trying to do? I don't know. Cover up, make it seem. I don't. It's all.
Yeah, because they said basically they stated that he died. He was taken to the hospital as stating that they were trying to save his life.
Right.
And he died at the hospital, but your sister died on scene. When you guys were notified, was her body still at the scene of the crime?
That's what we was hearing, that it was there.
So they had her from 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
all the way
to the next morning. I think to like 1 or 2 or something like that. I'm not sure. Wow. But they said she was out there for a long time.
But did you guys go out there immediately when you heard of it, or no?
Our friends went that night. The night that they came, and she wasn't there then.
Okay, so so there was nowhere in the report or anything that the police officers or the mayor, anybody saying, you know what, Kisha pointed a gun at me. There's nowhere.
Nowhere, no.
And they still haven't shown that gun
no.
Up to today date.
No.
Oh my God. So you say, okay, my sister never owned a gun, right?
Right.
You're close to your sister,
right?
So you would have known. And she had just moved back. She's trying to go study. That's what I heard, that she was trying to study, get her life on track.
Yeah.
Because of her kids.
Right.
So, wow. So how is your mom doing right now?
She's trying. She just started back going to work. She has all 3 kids, and from the dental appointment to the doctors to the visiting the schools to the, she's just trying to juggle it all and manage. This is different for her. Her kids is grown now. She has to start all over.
No, yeah, trying raising the kids. And how old is he's 4 now? He was 3. So a year ago this happened.
4, 11, and 12.
Teenagers, practically. That's a handful for your mom.
Yeah, but before it was 3, 10.
That's
11,
right. So this happened a year ago.
Yeah.
And I don't know, but let me say, I want to mention this because I don't want it to seem like every single cops are bad, right?
But no.
We have good and bad apple everywhere. Belize here, any police station or departments have their good and bad. So let me say this. Not all cops are bad or evil. And I truly, truly believe that. We have great police officers that are out there every day putting their lives on the line for us and our community. I have spoken to several police officers out here, and let me quote unquote what was told to me by them. One of them, said, I love what I do. I am out there every day making sure that my community is safe. I don't care if a person is black or white. I choose to serve and protect. And it don't matter what color you are. What is disturbing is that we are out there every single day helping, protecting, and assisting our community. But if one bad cop do the wrong thing, we all get judged for it, for that one mistake that, you know, one bad officer made. And you know what? I agree. Do you?
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, these officers have families. They also want to get home to their families.
Right.
So we're not saying all cops are bad. But when they do wrong, arrest, don't cover it up. That's what we're saying, right?
Right.
Don't cover it up. Get out there and testify against the officer that you think is wrong. Because when you don't do that, yes, all the department take a hit on it.
Right.
I agree. So basically, is there anything you want to let these people know that we haven't discussed yet?
It's like what you just said. I have cousins that's in Belize that's officers right now.
They're police officers, right?
Police officers.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it's doing what's right, you know, and having each other back is the community. That's basically yeah.
So your sisters and brothers back home in Belize, how have they handled the situation since they haven't been able to come here to be with you guys? So, you know, I'm pretty sure they see you guys out there every single time that you're protesting and so forth. How are they handling it?
It's hard for my oldest brother because, you know, he used to take this here and there when he used to come back and forth to LA all the time. So hopefully he'll be here this year with his visa and stuff.
So he went in to apply for it?
He's supposed to be coming up soon, so hopefully he'll be here.
Yes.
Yeah,
so
green card.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did you guys? I'm pretty sure you guys. There's a civil lawsuit against the city of Inglewood, which we're not gonna get. It's nobody's business about that section. I'm sorry to say, but when what statement in reference to that let me correct that. I'm gonna correct that. Sorry, you made a statement that you want these people to take care of these kids for the rest of their life. Right? Talk a little about that.
Well, their mom is not here. We can't bring her back other than fight for her justice. But her 3 kids will never have a mom to hold them, hug them, kiss them. Not that the money will ever do that, but it would help support them to not be in the streets, to not want for money, if they want to play basketball, if they want to, you know, play football, and not to be strangers from nobody else, for these kids to have that opportunity in life that their mother, who probably was going to be there to try real hard, who I know, to get them to be better young man. The fact that she's not here and won't be able to do that, they should be able to provide for that for the rest of their life.
So
I think,
I agree, of course, because I mean these are 7 children we're talking about, which is especially here in the U.S. very expensive to take care of.
Yes.
So are they back at school now? How are they coping?
They're in school. They're still doing the counseling stuff. They're surviving. We keep them active. My husband, my mom, everybody's pitching in, helping, and they love being around my girls. They've been like this for a long time because everything me and my sister did together, birthdays, holidays,
How
Christmas.
does that feel now when that day come around, especially her birthday?
Yes, and that's coming up in July, and it just felt. I didn't even feel like it was a birthday. It was just. I just feel empty inside. Something's missing, you know.
When that day come, you go in lockdown, shutdown.
Yeah.
Mode.
So I don't know how I'm gonna do it this year.
Well, the family still support you. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure you guys get together and support each other. So how do you gather people to go out there and protest with you?
I use Facebook. Her friends, my friends. Black Lives Matters have really been helping us and putting it out there on the internet, and people have been coming together trying to reach out, and they also feel some type of way because it's 2 senseless murders that you're not even talking about and not saying, and everybody want to know what happened, you know. So these people is coming out to see and trying to have a better understanding of what's going on, and I appreciate that. Yeah.
And that's why you're here today, because you want to get the word out.
Yeah.
Tell our Belizean people, what is it that you want from us here in California? What is it you want us to help you with?
The support, that putting her out, put both of them out there, talking about it until we have answers, saying their name, posting their names, until the mayors see that it's worldwide and we're all trying to get answers. And that us sticking together like that is going to help prevent somebody else to end up dead for no reason.
That's right.
And try to cover it up, because they've been covering it up for years, and finally there's some type of little justice, and not everybody is trying to cover everybody's, you know, ASS. So
yeah, it is, and we hope that you guys are listening and you guys come out and support. Do you guys have another day of protesting coming up?
We went to City Council Tuesday.
You went there on Tuesday?
We go every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday at 2 o'clock. So if you are available every Tuesday at 2 o'clock, please join Tricia at the
City Council in Inglewood.
In Inglewood.
On Manchester.
It's on Manchester and what?
First Street.
First Street and Manchester. Yeah, we live here in LA. You guys, please come out and support. You know, if you guys have any questions, give me a call. Is there any way anybody can get in touch with you, Tricia?
Tricia Michaels on Facebook. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, Tricia Michaels on Facebook. If you guys also want to get in touch, contact me. I'll be able to contact Tricia for you. I mean, we don't want to get her personal information out there on Facebook, but if you inbox us or inbox me, go to her Facebook, inbox her. Any support we will appreciate. We didn't even mention your dad.
Yeah.
How is your dad doing?
My dad is doing, he's trying, but he's doing good. He supports, he comes, you know, he was there with me on protests. And
he lives here in LA. What is your dad's name?
David Michaels.
David Michaels. And your mom?
Rose Osler.
Okay. And so he's out here, he's beside you every single day. How has he taken it? We know how your mom took it, but how did your dad?
He's taking it pretty hard, you know. He tries. Sometimes he don't want to talk about it, and when he do, it's emotional. But he rather do it with me, and you know, and be around the family and express himself, because sometimes he can't. So do you ever have that time when you just don't want to be bothered? You just think about your sister? Yeah, I have that all the time.
All the time? You just
every
leave
day
me alone?
It's a certain time of the day, you know, or hours, or then I have my little moment, my breakdowns, and I just gain her strength. I know she want me to be strong and like fight for her and take care of the kids, and you know.
On the 21st of February this year, did you guys do anything?
Yes,
on her
we had
behalf?
a protest over there in front of the mayor's office. Yeah.
So is that going to be a yearly thing? If it hasn't been resolved by then, every 21st you'll be out there in front of the mayor's office until this is resolved?
Yes.
You are strong.
Oh, thank you.
You are very strong. As I mentioned, every protest, you're on the headline. You're right there in front. You're out there talking to the media. You're out there. Seem like you're the support of the family. Family's looking up to you.
Right.
Are you the one in charge of the whole?
Yes, I am. Yeah, I have my mom. I'm supporting my mom. And they want me to, because it's too much. It's hard for them. It's hard for me, but like it's something that she's telling me that's making me like this, like it's giving me that strength to not be weak and not to speak too much, but I just enough, and she gave me that strength.
At what age did you guys came from Belize again? What age was that?
I was 5 years old.
5 years old. So do you remember anything when you guys were in Belize? Like
we used to go back every year. We used to go visit.
So you guys, like I said, Belmopan was where you guys came from. Your mom
was born. Yeah,
you were born in Belmopan.
Range Walk. Yeah.
So Belizeans forever.
Right, that's exactly what it is.
Even though for some reason there's a Belizean American and not real Belizean, we're more Belizean than Belizean back home.
Right.
Right? We're more Belizean than Belizean back home. When you look at our cars, we have the Belize flag. You look at our home, we have the Belize flag flying.
Right.
But you know, I truly appreciate that you give us the time here today to join us and tell us your story and see if we could help anybody else, you know,
right.
that may go through this. Who knows what happened? And as you mentioned, it could happen to any one of us.
Right.
So is there anything else you want to tell us out there, our audience out there?
Just be strong and speak up for what's yours. And thank you, my Belize people, and thank you for having me.
Oh, you're more than welcome, honey.
And spread the word until there's justice.
Yes. So again, I want to thank you for joining us today. I truly, this is a topic, I mean, we get choked up some spell, you know, but we are here for you in Los Angeles. Believe me, whatever you need, we're here. I'm here, you know, and I'm pretty sure that everyone that's listening to you today would be more than happy to help you in whatever you may need. We have several Belizeans that have been either murdered or killed out here in Los Angeles, and we never hear about it.
Right.
But now that's gonna stop. We're gonna try and bring these information to you guys out there, so you guys could know back home and abroad what's happening here in Los Angeles to our Belizean American. Proud to say Belizean. So until next time, guys, and thank you guys for joining us, and see you in 2 weeks.
Walk, walk, walk.